Good morning, guys. Does anybody know where we are? This landscape should be familiar by now. It's Wayne Wood. And the time is 9:18 and it's a Wednesday. And today I'm going to meet my great-granddaughter for the first time. I'm so looking forward to that. But right now, this is all I want to do. Enjoy this. Because it's just so beautiful. Look at that. Fern. Hello, did you notice me? Yeah. The weather forecast said that today it was going to be absolutely appalling. But so far, it's wonderful. Lovely, lovely, beautiful August morning. I love the sounds in this place, honestly. I've never been bird watching. You know, sometimes you see these people. Hello, everybody on the train. Sometimes you see people who travel miles and miles. Wow. That was a pretty big train. But you know what? It's still that time of the morning where people are getting to work. Which way? I've come in a different path here today. So I don't really know where I'm going. But I know that is the railway line. I guess I'll just keep walking this way. You know, they will fly off to other countries to hopefully get a glimpse of a specific bird that they really want to tick off a list. I saw a butterfly go down there, but didn't want to come out. It's probably a moth that had been disturbed, not a butterfly. And I think to myself, I wonder if they're doing that. You know, when does the joy of coming out and hello. Wow, you're a very pretty thing, aren't you? You fit so well into the landscape. You know, the joy of kind of seeing that movement overhead, or capturing a robin for the first time, or like Kimmy Cho, bluebirds. I didn't even know there were such things as bluebirds, honestly. I thought it was some kind of Disney fantasy. For which one was it? Snow White or Sleeping Beauty? Snow White, wasn't it? They always come and did her washing up for her. I used to fantasise about them for the longest of times. Anyway, you know, when does that turn into this obsession where at all costs you have to see this bird and tick it off in your little book and, you know, go and see everyone? Oh, today I saw the lesser spotted, high-pitched, barrel-chested fladranger. I don't know. When do we become obsessive? Am I obsessive? Am I obsessive with my walks in woods? Are you obsessive about anything? And what lengths would you go to actually, you know, tick off your list, whatever it is you want to tick off? It's strange, isn't it? Because things that we do for our own solitary pleasure can suddenly transform into clubs, specific days when you need to be at specific places, and niches and cliques, uniforms, badges, memberships. I wonder, do we lose what it is we originally found so fascinating, so beautiful to experience, and become more a person who's here because I belong to this club and I need to be here, and I need, you know, if Joyce and Tristan and God knows who else have seen that bird, I have to see it. I have to see it. And does that actually remain a pleasure? Do you understand? I don't know. I think sometimes, a bit like life, what starts out as our wonderful own personal experience gets hijacked, and we become obsessed by fractions. And I don't mean, you know, wanting to do math. I mean, we become obsessed by fractions of what could be, rather than enjoying the whole experience, I suppose. And I think that is like life. I think it is like that. We, you know, we feel that we need to get our children into after school clubs, in school clubs, before school clubs, you know, make sure they're doing music and dance and drama, swimming, sport. And you wonder what time is actually left for what should be a miraculous relationship between you and your child, or your child and the planet. I think we've all become obsessive, including myself. Oh, the leaves over here say turn around, we know you're not in the right position, but we're going to do the dance for you. I love these crooked trees. And it's almost like the Guinness Book of Records. You know, that is, in some cases, it provides natural kind of information, shall we say, like the world's tallest man, shortest man, fattest person, oldest, longest beard, longest nails. But I mean, even some of these things become obsessive, where we I think it's almost as if we fear our own mortality so much that we believe if we do something extraordinary, and whether that be grow your nails till they're, you know, 6 feet long. Oh, it's Truman rain. Can you hear it? You know, until they're 6 feet long, and basically you can't even pull up your own pants anymore. But at least you're in the Guinness Book of Records, and that gives you a sense of immortality. And I'm not saying these people are wrong, because, you know, your life is your own experience. But are these people actually experiencing their life? I don't know. I mean, I don't have particularly long nails. I don't bite my nails. I don't paint my nails. And when when I'm running my fingers through my hair and my fingernail gets stuck on a hair, I know it's time to cut them off. They normally just maintain themselves at the same level, really. But I did go through a phase a while back, maybe 20 years ago, I don't know, when I was, you know, in inverted commas, so bloody important, up my own arse. And, you know, this travelling all over the place to present training and, you know, all that malarkey. I can remember, you know, if one of my fingernails kind of got stuck in my hair, I'd be thinking, oh my God, I've got to do training tomorrow. What am I going to do? It's so funny. Look at that. You know, you can understand why story writers had such fun putting trees into and woods into these negative kind of position. You know, they're twisted and snarled. These are the words we get with trees. I just think that they are absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Hey ho. Yes, we're funny humans, aren't we? We're so strange. That cry I can hear. Do you know, I am sure that that's a buzzard chick. Whoa-ho!
We are now leaving Coventry Station.
Off you go, honey. I don't actually think I'm obsessive about anything anymore. I am one of those, or believed myself to be one of those personalities that could become obsessed with things. Some would say I still am. I have I don't want to say a set personality, because I actually believe most of us are so stuck in these parameters of what we perceive to be our own boundaries. I mean, that itself is so limiting. But it's kind of, no, I would never do that. Excuse me. No, I would never do that. Or, you're confusing me with somebody else. That is not my style. And I think we limit ourselves so much in that way. But hazelnuts, look how wonderful. The tree says, there's loads up here. The squirrels have had so many. I do love hazelnuts. I mean, look at these. Bumpity bump bum bum. Yes. All over the shop, look. It is a kind of shop, really, isn't it? And just bring your energy, collect what you like, and I shall use my energy to produce something you'll find rather tasty. Fresh nuts are beautiful. Mustafa often, if we have visitors from Iran, or he goes to Iran, He always brings back fresh nuts. They're lovely. They are so different to kind of nuts that have been dried and left for ages. You wouldn't even really consider them to be nuts. Hey ho. I spoke to the children yesterday. Yeah, Catherine rang me and all of them came on the phone to have a word with me. It was lovely. All of them have made friends. Shania told me at great lengths about Phoebe. And Summer was like, you know, it was almost like, why didn't we become homeless years ago? It's such fun. And I'm really happy about that, because these kind of things are designed to manifest this negative, you know, kind of fearful energy. And I just think it's great that my grandchildren, you know, are just having the best of times. And I said to Summer, I said, what is it like living in a tent? She says, Granny, I always want to live in a tent. It's such fun. And I was reminded of myself. You know, we went camping. And not immediately, we didn't. We, like every other person in Coventry, really, we all went on holiday at the same time. It was called Coventry Holiday Fortnight. And all of the factories were shut and all of the schools were closed. And everybody would head off to the station, because most people weren't in a position that they had their own car. And whole families, in fact whole neighbourhoods, would kind of go to the designated area. Either Butlins, these holiday camps. We had one experience of that when I was very young. Or places like Mablethorpe, where you would stay in these, well, they were bunks really. They were like little shacks with, you know, 3-story bunks. And my parents slept on the floor, bless them. But I guess that's what most people did. And it was kind of that era of plenty, when, you know, all families can now enjoy holidays at the coast. Rah, rah. And then my dad, he did this thing called a Yankee, I think it was, which was something to do with horse racing. And it was a gamble. It was like an accumulator. And he came home. And it was, I'll always remember it. He had won the equivalent, you know, like of, I guess, £200,000 now. Then it wasn't that much, but it was the same value. And he brought a Bedford van, which had 2 benches in the back. And it had 3 seats in the middle and 3 seats in the front. It was fantastic. Sliding doors. And then he bought the latest frame tent, you know, which was just unbelievable. You know, there was all these other little tents, and he bought this huge thing. Well, there were 8 of us. And he said, we're going on holiday. We're like, oh, great, where are we going? And he says, we're going to see my friend, Alec, in Germany. So we'll be going to France, Germany, Belgium, Austria, Switzerland. And we did, camping. Yes, I met people like Axel Purak. He became a pen friend. And my brother Frank, who's died sadly when he was 28, maybe not sadly for him, he met Carla Casimir, and Carla Casimir ate carrots non-stop. I think we're in a place called Pielenhofen. I don't know if any of you know that, but it was lovely. And every morning this man would go down to this lake and take off his legs and dive into the sea, or kind of jump into the sea, well, not jump, but you know what I mean, and swim. Yes. And I learnt words like Kugelschreiber because I liked writing. Hey ho. Yeah. But it was strange because camping was just total freedom to me. I'd never known anything like it, you know, to actually just be there and a piece of material from the outside world, yet it provided all the shelter you needed, and it made me feel so free. And I never wanted to go in a hotel or a chalet or any of this kind of thing again. For me, from then on, it was camping. And I'm so glad. Go on, Noah, you can do it, guy. Right up to the top. Yes. Yeah, it's, I'm so glad that my grandchildren can also see the energy. And Catherine actually pointed out this piece of land. I took 2 pictures which I put up on a video, and they are like a field, and then you can see the sea beyond, and there's a post, I think, yeah, kind of framing the picture. Well, that piece of land is in front of this very quiet village pub, and it's for sale. And Catherine is kind of saying, Mum, you know, if all else fails, I don't get the right house, we really suit this kind of lifestyle. And she says we might inquire how much that land is, or if we can rent it. And instead of putting all the money into bonds and housing deposits and everything else you need to secure a house to rent, we might just buy our own yurt. I'm just thinking, oh lordy, how fun-dabby-dozy, fantastic. Right, I'm going to go, because I often wonder if I'm saying anything on these. And I start off talking about being obsessive and then go on about, well, who knows what I go on about. Who knows, eh, guys? But, yeah, look at the trunk of that. It's beautiful. Absolutely amazing. Anyway, yes, I need to stop and make my way home and go and get ready to see my new great-granddaughter. How lovely. And then I'm working in the shop with my staff all day. We went to London yesterday, and we left at 4 in the morning. We were back for 11. We brought half the stock back with us, and I spent the day with him working in the shop and really enjoyed it, actually. Meeting up with lots of people I haven't seen for a while. So I'm going to do a repeat performance of that today. Not the London bit, but the work in the shop with him. Yep. So, busy day for me. But you know, right now, right here, it isn't busy. It's just perfect. So guys, keep looking up. And you know, when we think, we often do look up and think, do you have any obsessions? Or any obsessive behaviour that is really limiting you and changed what it began as into what it is now? And if you do, then just think, and remember to enjoy life, live it, because it is exactly why we are here. Hello Rebecca, my darling. And I'll probably catch you again tomorrow. yes, I shall probably put some pictures on as well of my beautiful granddaughter, great granddaughter. Right, so from Honey and Debbie and my feet and all the angels that are around here, they're everywhere, along with the Truman rain, which has just started again. It's goodbye. And I do love you all. Oh, and Christine Hansen, thank you so much for those videos. Watched the first one, found it fascinating, and at some point today I'm going to relax and watch the other one that you have sent. And thank you all for your kindness. I find it inspirational. Bye. Bumpity bum bum bum.